The undergraduate Department of Physics, in association with IQAC, VTM NSS College Dharmachapuram presents a documentary, Prerana, commemorating the inspiring lives of women in science and environmental conservation. Empower women to save water and she can change the world. The International Day of Women and Girls in Science, celebrated on 11 February, is implemented by UNESCO and UN by the theme Equity, Diversity and Inclusion. Water unites us. It recognizes the role of women and girls in science not only as beneficiaries but also as agents of change, including in view of accelerating progress towards the achievement of SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. The United Nations made the International Day of Women and Girls in Science on February 11 with the aim of achieving gender equality in the field of science, technology, engineering and mathematics, and to discuss water nexus in achieving three pillars of sustainable development, namely economic prosperity, social justice and environmental integrity. Water unites us. Water is the basis for life on this planet and critical for the survival of all of us 7 billion people living here. Water is also a fundamental ingredient for food and energy production, thereby playing a crucial role to end hunger, promote health and nutrition, and provide clean and sustainable energies. But water is a women's issue. There are 2.1 billion of people in the world lack safe drinking water. For those who don't have direct access to water, their only option is to go out and looking for it. Fetching water is a part of gender inequality. Historically, women have been the primary collectors and transporters of water. Women and children spend a total of 200 million hours every day collecting water. Since water resources are usually very far from home, regularly carrying liters of water can cause permanent damage to women's health, especially if she is pregnant or carrying small children, which can sometimes be chronic fatigue, pelvic deformities, deterioration of reproductive health are just a few of health problems that can arise. Even though women are the secret weapon for better water, in developing countries, men and women may have different priorities and responsibilities for water race. In addition, farming along with men, women are often responsible for fetching water and raising it for domestic chores such as cleaning, cooking and washing. Women are already the primary water decision makers at the household level, and when women influence water management, their communities get measurably better outcomes, including better functioning water systems, expanded access, and economic and environmental benefits. Research shows that women share water more equitably than men do, especially in the time of scarcity. If the women has educated and empowered, they would have made so many innovations. Besides, they could have solved these problems by themselves, and if so, they can approach it scientifically and effectively. Even so, only 30% of female students opt for STEM-related fields as a career choice, according to data from the UNESCO Institute of Statistics. The data reveals that the number of women enrolling in university is rising, but there is a gradual decline in the number pursuing research as a part of their higher education because of lack of role models. The gap could be a self-perpetuating problem. Young women see few women going into science, technology, engineering and mathematics fields, so they have fewer role models and examples to follow. Sexism in STEM departments. Sexism is a critical issue in STEM degree programs in universities all around the world. The sexism that women can face from professors during college years can push them away from the STEM majors and will thereby keep them out of STEM professions in the future. How can we get more women into STEM degree programs and occupations? There are a few ways that we can continue to work harder in improving women involvement in STEM fields. Highlighting women scientists. Teachers of younger children are encouraged to highlight the historical contributions of women in STEM fields. Talking about these scientists help make it clear that both men and women have made important contributions and build the future. Encourage young girls. Teachers, parents, and STEM professionals can work together to help engage young girls and get them excited about STEM. By demonstrating that there are active people working to help girls be more involved, we fight the sexism and stereotypes that girls may experience in these fields. Fight sexism in STEM. Women and men around the country and around the world are working to end sexual harassment, political movements, legislation, and an end to tolerance for inappropriate behavior are all ways that sexism is being exposed and taken down. Let's have a look through the lives of prominent women. Maria Mutagama. When she served as the Ugandan Minister of State for Water, she developed 5-year gender strategies for water sector. These strategies promoted women to take up key positions on decision-making committees and provided guidance on integrating women's concern into the water and sanitation. With the implementation of the first round of strategies, Ugandan access to state water increased from 51% to 61% in only 2 years. Mailama. She is the best known face of local people's struggle for water preservation in Kerala's northern district of Palakkad. She played a key role in the campaign to hold Coca-Cola accountable for water shortage and pollution in the area. She launched a satyagraha against Coca-Cola on April 22, 2002. It was under her leadership that the community forced the Coca-Cola bottling plant to shut down in March 2004. Sugata Kumari. In late 1970s, she led a successful nationwide movement known as Save Silent Valley to protect Silent Valley, an evergreen subtropical forest in Palakkad, Kerala from submission as a result of a planned hydroelectric project. Her poem Marathinu Stuti became a symbol for the protest and was the opening song of most of the Save Silent Valley campaign meetings. Medha Patkar. Medha Patkar mobilized massive marches and peaceful protests against the construction of India's Sardar Sarovar Dam, which displaced thousands of tribal people and submerged vast stretches of forest and farmlands. She has been a central organizer and strategist for Narmada Bachao Andolan, a people's movement organized to stop the construction of a series of dams planned for India's largest westward flowing river, the Narmada. She has also questioned the wisdom of the currently popular developmental strategy of linking rivers in India as a means to address issues of water shortage. Amla Ria. Though born with a silver spoon in her mouth, Amla Ria's heart bled seeing the sufferings of people due to acute water shortage. Flipping television channels, Ria froze at the images from a village in Rajasthan that was then reeling under a severe drought in 1998. The otherwise charitable women suddenly realized that sending money and clothing to victims of disasters was not a permanent solution. She set out her wealthy home with a mission to create water sources, and today her Akar Charitable Trust has built 350 check dams impacting 400 villages. Amla set up Akar Charitable Trust to create water sources of drought-stricken villages of India. Some Indian scientists. Dr. Tessie Thomas, popularly known as the Missile Woman for her successful contribution to the Agni series of missiles, is the Director General of Aeronautical Systems. She is also the former project director of the Agni 4 missile in DRDO. She is the first woman scientist to head a missile project in India. Gagadeep Khan. She is the first Indian woman scientist elected as a Fellow of Royal Society, the oldest scientific institution in the world dedicated to promoting excellence in science. The virologist and the scientist is known for her interdisciplinary research in the transmission, development, and prevention of endemic infections, and their sacral in children in India. Ritu Kardal. Ritu Kardal, elect as a Rocket Woman of India, was the mission director of the Chandrayaan-2, India's most ambitious lunar project. She was responsible for detailing and executing the craft's onboard autonomy system, which independently operated the satellite's function in space and responded appropriately to malfunction. She joined ISRO in 2007, and in the same year, she received ISRO Young Scientist Award from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. Archana Sharma. She is a senior scientist at the CERN laboratory in Geneva, Switzerland. She was the only Indian to be involved in the discovery of Higgs boson particle in 2012, which will help us understand dark matter more fully. She worked on designing and prototyping the present generation of Muon Decker, crucial for the gold-plated discovery channel for the Higgs boson. Shipra Pathak. She is also known as Mokshadaini Ma Shipra. The spiritual age has devoted her life towards the betterment of the global water scenario. She is committed to promoting basic human values, fostering interreligious harmony, advocating for the welfare of the global village, and reviving ancient Indian knowledge. A truly unique stage for an unbridled expression on life, mysticism, and spirituality. Ma Shipra strives to work towards reviving a dying planet and asks thousands to take a stand with her for the conservation, preservation, and sustainable development of water on a global scale. The Water Woman believes every citizen needs to work with the government to achieve the goal. Now more than ever, it is a critical time to support girls and women to pursue their dreams and challenge the visible but also the subtle barriers they face to thrive in STEM fields. Today, the International Day of Women and Girls in Science is commemorated to achieve full and equal access to and participation in science for women and girls. Changing mindsets and creating a more supportive ecosystem across homes, schools, universities, and workplace, supported by institutional change and targeted policies, is a complex process. A combination of short and long-term measures is needed. Societies cannot afford to lose the contributions of millions of girls and women towards innovation and technology. Empower women, and she can change the world.